Hello champs, I welcome you all to this new video, and in this video we will going to continue with our business studies series, and I have already completed uh, last 6 chapters of class 12 business studies in our previous videos and in 2 parts. So if you have not watched the video, please go to my channel and watch both the videos because it will really help you to cover your syllabus in just 3 to 4 hours. So I have already completed till staffing, and now I will continue with chapter number 7, that is directing. Before we begin, we need to understand what is directing. So directing refers to giving instructions, guidance, motivation to the staff in an organization to work efficiently in order to achieve a organizational goal. So directing, what is directing? Directing is a key managerial function performed by the manager along with planning, organizing, staffing and controlling. The 5 steps: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So directing is a part of the 5-step process. It's a continuous process initiated at top level and flows to the bottom through organizational hierarchy. Okay, so I hope that you are aware about the organizational hierarchy, that in every organization there is a hierarchy from top to bottom. Okay, so every organization have this kind of a hierarchy in which there are various levels and the power is delegated to the subordinate levels, one level to the another. So let us first discuss what are the characteristics of directing. First is directing initiates action. The directing is required at all the stages. A manager has to perform this function along with planning, organizing, staffing and controlling. Okay, directing take place at all levels of management. It means every manager has to perform this function and hence it takes place at all levels of management. Along with that, directing is a continuous process. Directing take place at all levels of organization so that all the activities are directed towards achievement of organizational goals. Also, directing flows from top to bottom. So directing initiates at top level and flows to the bottom of the organization through organizational hierarchy. Next is importance. What are the importance of directing? So directing initiates action. It helps in initiating action by the people in the organization towards attainment of desired objectives. Second is directing integrates employees' effort. The employee who is working for the organization, the efforts of these employees get integrated through directing. So coordination of all the activities of an organization is very necessary. So a manager is required to motivate employees and work as a team. Motivation and leadership. It motivates the subordinates by showing leadership qualities to work efficiently and contribute their maximum effort towards the achievement of organizational goals. The fourth is directing facilitates change. Employees often resist changes due to fear of adverse effects on their employment and promotion. Effective directing through motivation, communication and leadership help employees to cope with the changes in the environment. And fifth is directing helps in stability and balance in the organization. Like effective directing fosters cooperation, commitment among employees and helps in striking a balance between various activities and departments. So there are some principles on which directing is based. Let's do these principles. So the principles, what are the principles? Effective directing is a challenging task and it involves many complexities. A manager has to deal with people with diverse background and expectations. So this complicates the directing process. The following are the basic principles and effective direction. First is maximum individual contribution. Like directing techniques must be applied towards maximizing individual contribution of employee for the achievement of organizational objective. And second is it should bring out untapped energies of employees for the efficiency of organization. Second is harmony of objectives. It is an important function of management to motivate people and direct their effort toward the achievement of enterprise objectives and their personal goals. The interest of group must always prevail over the individual interests. The principle implies harmony of personal interest and common interest. Third is unity of command. This principle states that one person should receive orders from only one supervisor. In other words, one person should be accountable to only one boss. If a person receives orders from more than one superior, it creates a chaos, confusion, and conflict and disorder. Appropriateness of direction technique. Appropriate motivational leadership technique should be used by a manager while directing the people based on subordinate needs, capabilities, attitudes, and other situational variables. Fifth is managerial communication. Directing should convey clear instruction to subordinates and proper feedback ensure that they understood the instructions carefully, and clearly. To have effective direction, it is very essential to have an effective communication, because if the communication will be easy and good, it will definitely helps in understanding the message which the superior is directing. It also provides free flow of ideas, information, suggestion, complaints, and grievances. Sixth is use of informal organization. A manager must be aware of the informal groups in an organization and use it for effective directing. Seventh is leadership. Managers should exercise good leadership as it can influence the subordinates positively without causing dissatisfaction among them. Eighth, follow through. A manager not only issue orders and instructions but also follow up the performance employees so as to ensure that work is being performed as desired. He should intelligently oversee his subordinates at work, correct them whenever they go wrong. What are the elements of directing? First is supervision, implies overseeing the work of subordinates by their superiors. It is an act of watching and directing workers' activities. Second is motivation. It means the process of making subordinate to act in a desired manner to achieve certain organizational goals. Third is leadership. So leadership is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive voluntarily towards the achievement of organizational goals. And fourth is communication. It's the process of passing information, experience, opinion from one person to another. Let's suppose we are going towards supervision. So what is supervision? It's a process of guiding the efforts of employees and other resources to accomplish desired objectives. Overseeing the work and activities of workers and employees and involves instructing, observing, monitoring, guiding employees. It is an important function at the lower levels of management. Therefore, the term supervisor is used as operative levels of management. Now we are moving towards importance. So it's maintains good contact. It links between worker and management. It plays a key role in maintaining group unity. It ensures performance of workers in according to set targets, and it provides on-the-job training to the workers. Also, it plays a key role in influencing the workers and analyzing the work performed by the workers and give them feedback. Second is motivation, means incitement and inducement to act or move. It's a process of stimulating people to act to accomplish desired goals. The three key terms like motivate, motivation, and motivators. What is motive? It is an inner state that energizes, activates, and directs behavior towards goals. Arise out of unsatisfied needs and causes restlessness. Second is motivation, process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goals. And third is motivators, technique used to motivate people, like example bonus, promotion, and recognition. Features of motivation. Is a psychological phenomena? Yes, it is psychological phenomena because it directly hits your mental capability. It will ensure that the person should get energized enough to do the work. It's a goal-oriented behavior. Management is a goal. Motivation is a goal-oriented behavior. It can either be positive or negative. Positive motivation means inspiring people to work better, appreciating a work that is well done, And negative motivation means forcing people to work by threatening or punishing them. And fourth is motivation is a complex process. It is complex and difficult process because human factor is involved. And individuals differ with needs, wants, and moreover, human needs change from time to time. Next is motivation process. An unsatisfied need of an individual creates tension, which stimulates his or her drives. These drives generate a search behavior to satisfy such needs. If such need is satisfied, the individual is relieved of tension. Okay. Well, let's suppose if a person is have an unsatisfied need, so it creates a tension in his mind. Then the tension drives, and it creates a search behavior, and he's going to search for the satisfied need, and this satisfied need lead to reduction in tension, and again the process continues. So, like, motivation is important, but what is basically it's important because it improves the performance. It helps to change the negative attitude into a positive attitude. It helps to reduce the employee's turnover. The main reason for a high turnover is employee motivation. So by motivating employees, new recruitment and training costs can be reduced. Motivation helps to reduce absenteeism in the organization. Along with that, motivation facilitates change. Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. So Maslow's need hierarchy is considered the fundamental theory in understanding motivation phenomena. So every human being have wide range of needs like psychological needs, social needs, safety needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs, which motivate them to work. The manager must understand the needs and wants of people in order to motivate them and to improve their performance levels. For satisfaction of these needs, manager must offer different initiatives, monetary and non-monetary, to employees depending on the level in which the person belongs. So basic psychological needs are the most basic needs such as food, shelter, sleep, etc. in the organizational context, like basic salary, help them to satisfy those needs. Safety security need provide security from physical and emotional harm, example job security, stability, etc. Affiliation, belonging need, these needs refer to affection, sense of belongingness, acceptance, and friendship for mental satisfaction. Then esteem needs, these include factors like self-respect, prestige, autonomy, status, recognition, and attention. Fourth is self-actualization needs. It is the highest level of need in the hierarchy. It refers to the drive to become what one is capable of becoming. So if we go towards individual example, so we have hunger. Then if we satisfy our hunger, we want stability of income. Once we get the stability of income, we want a thing which is impact our socially, ठीक है, ourselves socially, which will create a sense of belongingness. So we move towards friendship. After friendship, we move towards status, and last stage is self-fulfillment. ठीक है, it can also be called as self-actualization. So basic psychological needs, then safety security needs, then affiliation belonging needs, then self-esteem needs, and then self-actualization needs. But in organizational, we move first towards basic salary, then pension plan, then cordial relation with the colleagues, then job title, and last is achievement of goals. So financial and non-financial activities. Incentive means all measures which are used to motivate people to improve their performance. Financial incentive refers to initiatives which are measurable in monetary terms and serve to motivate people for the better performance. So what are the types of financial incentives? First is pay and allowance for every employee, worker. Salary is the basic monetary incentive. Second, productivity linked wage incentive. It's the payment of wages is determined on the basis of goods needs. This is used to increasing productivity. Third is bonus. It is an incentive offered over and above the wages salary for the services provided by the employees. Fourth is profit sharing. Profit sharing is meant to provide share to employees in the profits of organization. Fifth is co-partnership stock option. Under this incentive schemes, employees of the company are given an option to buy the company share at a set price which is lower than the market price. Sixth is retirement benefits. Retirement benefits are the benefits received either at the time of retirement, or afterwards, such as provident fund, pension, gratuity. These provide financial security to the employees after their retirement. And seventh is prerequisite. In many companies, prerequisite and fringe benefits are offered, such as car allowance, housing, medical aid, education to the children over and above the salary. Next is non-financial incentive. It refers to reward that doesn't form a part of salary, wage of the employee. It provides psychological satisfaction to the employee. Some of the important non-financial incentives are discussed below. First is status. It is the organizational context. Status means ranking of positions in an organization. In other words, status given to person holding a managerial position. Second is organizational climate. Organizational climate indicates the characteristics which describe an organization, distinguish it from another one. Third is career advancement opportunity. A company must provide employees appropriate skill development programs and a sound promotion policy to achieve promotions. Fourth is job enrichment. Job enrichment is a concern with designing jobs that include greater variety of work, content, and require higher knowledge and skill. Fifth is job security. Employees want job security and stability about future income and work so that they don't have to worry on these aspects and work with greater zeal. Sixth is employee recognition programs. Recognition means acknowledgement with a show of respect and appreciation. So most people have a need for evaluation of their work and due recognition. Seventh is employee participation. It means involving employee in decision making of the issues related to them. This gives them a sense of belonging in the company. And eighth is employee empowerment. Empowerment means giving more autonomy and power to the subordinate in the completion of their work. And now we are moving towards leadership. So what is leadership? Leadership indicates the ability of an individual to maintain good interpersonal relations with the followers and motivate them to contribute for achieving organizational goals. It's a process of interaction and communication between leader and his follower. So what are the features? Ability to influence others, influence other behaviors, interpersonal relationship between leader and followers, exercise to achieve goals, and it's a continuous process. What are the importance of leadership? Influence the behavior of people positively. A leader maintains personal relation with the followers. It plays key role in introducing changes in an enterprise, handle conflicts effectively, and providing training to subordinate. What are the qualities of a good leader and a leadership style? If we move towards positive, it is physical feature, it is knowledge, it is integrity, it is initiative, it is communication, motivation skills, self-confidence, decisiveness, should be firm and not changing opinions frequently, and social skills. Leadership style. Autocratic or authoritarian leader. An autocratic leader gives orders and expects others to obey them. The decision-making power is centralized. It best applies in situations where there is a little time for group discussion, group decision making, or where the leader is the most knowledgeable member of the group. Second is democratic or participative leader. A democratic leader gives order after consulting the group and work out the policies with the acceptance of the group. It works best in situations where group members are skilled and competent to share their knowledge. And third is laissez-faire or free rein leader. The followers are given a high degree of independence to formulate their objectives and ways to achieve them. The leader gives complete freedom to the subordinate. Then communication. Communication is transfer information from the sender to the receiver with the information being understood by the receiver. So it has two parts. Transfer information from sender to receiver, along with that information being understood. So if you move towards what is meaning, so communication is understood the process of exchange of ideas, views, facts, feelings, etc. It is transfer of information from sender to the receiver. Communication plays a key role in the success of manager. What are the elements of communication process? Okay, so first is sender, the person who conveys his thoughts or ideas to the receiver. Second is message, ideas, feelings, suggestions, order, etc. intended to be communicated. Third is encoding, is the process of converting the message into communication. Symbols such as words, pictures, etc. Fourth is media, path or channel through which encoded message is transmitted to the receiver. Fifth is decoding, converting encoded symbols of the sender. Sixth is receiver, who receives the communication of the sender. Seventh is feedback, all the actions of the receiver indicating that he has received and understood the message of the sender. And eighth is noise, some obstruction or hindrance to the communication like poor telephone connection, inattentive receiver are the things which are part of elements of communication process. Okay, like sender sending message, then it is transferring to media, and then receiver, and in between that it is encoding if there is noise, and decoding of the message, that is receiver is receiving, and in feedback receiver is giving feedback to the sender. We move towards what is the importance of communication. Okay, so communication acts as a basis of coordination. It helps in smooth working of an enterprise. It acts as a basis for decision making. It increases managerial efficiency. It promotes cooperation and industrial peace. It establishes effective leadership. It motivates. An efficient system of communication enables management to motivate. Formal and informal communications. So, what is formal communication? Formal communication flows through official channels designed in the organization chart. There is a two-way information flow between the superior and subordinate. The communication may be oral or written. The pattern through which communication flows within the organization is called an communication network. Some of the popular communication networks are chain, like following one by one chain, okay, to transfer the message. Second is wheel. Third is circular. Fourth is free flow, and fifth is inverted. Don't have to go through the shapes that are given here. You must know the meaning of these chains that are given here. Like a single chain is the communication between supervisor and subordinate. In wheel network, all subordinates under one superior communicate through him only, and as he acts as a hub of the wheel. Third is circular. The communication moves in a circle. Fourth is free flow of communication with each and every one in the organization. And fifth is inverted V. A subordinate is allowed to communicate with his immediate superior as well as his superior. Okay, then informal communication. Communication that take place without following the formal lines of communication is said to be of informal communication. Informal communication is sometimes called the grapevine, as it spreads throughout the organization and might be observed occurring in conversations, electronic mails, text messages, and phone calls between socializing employees. Grapevine communication network, like single strand network, gossip network, probability network, and fourth is cluster network. Again, I will say then don't go through the images because it will confuse you. Rather than understand the meaning. Single strand network means each person communicates to the other in a sequence. Gossip network means each person communicates with others on a non-selective basis. Fourth is probability network. The individual communicates randomly with others. Fourth is cluster network. A person communicates with only those people whom he trusts. Barriers to communication. First is semantic barrier. It is concerned with communication problems and obstructions in the process of encoding or decoding of messages into words or impressions. Semantic barrier are as follows: badly expressed messages, symbols with different meaning, faulty translations, unclarified assumptions, technical jargon. Technical jargon means using of technical words by specialists that will result in misunderstanding of among the worker. Body language and gesture decoding. Every movement of body communicates a meaning. Okay. Second concept is psychological emotional barriers. Emotional or psychological barriers or factors act as a barrier to communicator. Some of the psychological barriers are premature evaluation, judgment before listening, lack of attention, loss by transmission and poor retention, and distrust. Then organizational barriers. If the organization policy is not supportive of free flow of communication, it disrupts effectiveness of communication. First is organizational policy, second is rules and regulations, third is status, fourth is complexity in the organizational structure, And fifth is organizational facilities. Sixth part is personal barriers. Personal factors of both superior and subordinate may influence an effective communication. Some of the personal barriers of superior and subordinate are given below. First is fear of challenge to authority. Second is lack of confidence of superior on his subordinate. Third is unwillingness to communicate. And fourth is lack of proper incentive. Then improving communication effectiveness. Some efforts to improve communication and to overcome barriers are given below. First is clarify the ideas before communication. Second is communicate according to the needs of the receiver. Third is consult others before communicating. Fourth is be aware of language, tone and content of message. Sixth is ensure proper feedback. Seventh is communicate for present as well as for future. Eighth is follow up communication. Helps you remove hurdles, misunderstanding of instructions given by the managers to subordination. And ninth is be a good listener. So I already completed the chapter number 7, that is directing, in detail, and in next video I will move towards chapter number 8, that is controlling. Okay, and I hope you like the video and you have watched it completely. So thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you so much.